some people still won't like you. So it's really not that big of a deal. I think a lot of the way in which I wrestle and then wrestling in general, I've just learned a lot of things and learned that. So it's like I can take that into any facet that I go into.
I was going to ask that, like your proclivity for music and that sort of thing, how does that apply in terms of your wrestling style? Maybe rhythm, momentum, things like that. Does that come into play at all?
Yeah, definitely. And I think also just like wanting to enjoy it, because every time I listen to music, I want to enjoy listening to music. Like I'm not just like putting on music just to have a background noise. Like I want to enjoy what I'm listening to. So I think that kind of translate and parallels to wrestling. Like when I go out and wrestle, I want to enjoy it. I don't want it to just be like a job. I want to enjoy what I do. And then I think it's funny, like what you said, like it being a little bit of a dance, and obviously you can dance to music. So,
what does Big Tens do for you? I mean, we've had some exciting moments in the past couple of tournaments, but before you get to the NCAAs, how does the conference tournament help you?
Yeah, I guess it helps in constantly getting better at wrestling, and but not only that, I think as a opportunity to kind of keep getting better and seeing the things that I'm working on. I want to be able to implement those into my competition, and I want to see that. Maybe not pay off is the right word, but I want to see those techniques come into fruition that I've been working on for a while.
Well, especially when you don't get to see wrestlers normally. I mean, there are other teams that you just haven't faced over the course of that season. So is that almost a new challenge for you to try it against competition that you just either haven't faced in a while or haven't, period?
Sure. I mean, I think there's challenges in both where you're trying to hit new stuff or same stuff, I guess, on new or old opponents. There's a duality between both of it. It can be different or it can be the same.
What are the advantages of having it here and being in a familiar environment?
I don't know. I kind of enjoy being on the road too. Like it doesn't really matter where it is. It's just kind of like either way, it's a wrestling mat. And either way, we throw someone up there and we're gonna wrestle. So it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a regardless thing. I'll do it regardless of where it is.
What's really been top of mind for you as of late, whether it's related to wrestling or something personal that you're kind of that you are wrestling with, whether it's on the mat or off the mat? What's been front of mind for you?
Like I said, probably that enjoyment. Like I want to do things that I enjoy, but then also, being a tool for maybe it's brightening someone's day in a little way that I can, or helping someone. It's funny. My priest says to help someone make their day suck less, and so however I can do that, I think has been a big thing that I've been thinking about, and also how can I be a tool in that.
I know it.
Go ahead.
I know it doesn't concern you guys in the room here, but any thoughts on the pre-seeds or how everything was decided this year?
No, I'm going to be honest. I don't even look at the bracket. Even after I wrestle, I don't look at the bracket. So it's like I said, whoever steps out there.
So you actually don't know until you get up there for your wrestling?
Pretty much. Yeah. Even sometimes, finals. Sometimes I'll know, but no. I don't.
Because Coach talked about that, where he said some guy, hey, we'll review film, but for some people, they don't watch, they don't do any film, they just focus on themselves, and that's always been you.
Yeah, pretty much. And then there's obviously a balance with that. Coach was being all right, right leg lead or left leg lead, but that's all I really need to know. And then game time.
A lot of athletes you look on the roster of teams across the board, and guys are undecided into their careers in terms of their major. You gravitated towards psychology pretty early on. Why and what attracted you to that?
I think it's cool to see how people work, and like I was saying, those interests with music and wrestling. I think psych, knowing how people work, and then also how you can make relationships with people is good, and I think is probably a key and a tool that you're always going to be able to use, whether it's wrestling or whether it's business or really whatever facet you do. I think being a personable person is a strong suit that can help anybody, honestly. And so I kind of gravitated towards that. And then also with like philosophy stuff too, I really enjoy that. Just finding meaning more than just like a simple, you know, like I think it's human to contemplate life and trying to find fulfillment. And I don't think those answers don't come easy. I think you gotta, sometimes they come easy, but sometimes you gotta work for them.
Would you recommend any philosopher? Like, let's say I'm having a terrible day, right? You want to make my day better. Who would you recommend I read? What should I look into? I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, like Socrates, Aristotle, Plato, like those guys are great. But I mean, obviously, that's like ancient Greek philosophy, and that obviously there's philosophers now that are great. Who's that? It's something Holiday. He's good. He's got some good philosophy stuff. He's more of a contemporary philosopher. But I don't know. I mean, you kind of can look it up, and you'll have stuff popping up.
I will.
Is there anything you've learned in psychology that you've been able to apply on the mat, looking at an opponent?
Yeah, I mean, just how people work, things that they want, maybe don't want, and I think, like, it kind of sounds like science fiction to be able to be like, oh yeah, like I can, you know, pinpoint those weaknesses and then psychologically like be inside their mind. I think that's kind of like, you know, you're trying a little bit too much there. But I think there's definitely little things that you can implement in your style and also in like the non-verbal situations as well, because wrestling's not just obviously like close your eyes and like feel movement. Like you got face-to-face interaction, you got all different types of things that can be used psychologically to or against your advantage.
Can I ask you the opposite of that? So you have a very individual sport. You're talking about
Yeah.
cooperation and working with people.
Yeah.
Why is that important for you? I know this isn't all what you do, but why is that so important to you, given you've been attracted to this very individualistic sport?
No, yeah, I've thought about that a lot, like differences between team and individual sports, and the stressors that people feel, and the if that's the same stress, and then also the byproducts of what people get into, whether it's, you know, like social aspects or how they cope with a lot of these stressors. I guess it's human nature to not want to be lonely, right? Like you want, every person craves intimacy, I think this is really cool. Like I feel like the greatest form of intimacy is communication and conversation, and so communicating with people, I really enjoy doing that. And I think I'm not, you know, none of the guys in here or myself or our staff is an exception of, you know, craving relationship and wanting to be with people. That's why you see society throughout history and like see cultures, because people don't want to be alone, right? And so I don't know. I think, yes, we are just going out there individually, but we still have a team. We have coaches and people that are rallying behind us and love us, you know?